true. Let's just jump on to talk about the Acolyte. It's time. We got to talk about the controversies and the non-traversies and the
Oh, just on
reaction and
time.
uh so this series has done tremendously well in views in the first 48 hours. Disney was like, bro, it's our most watched things this year. Like it topped Percy Jackson, which is pretty great because Percy Jackson got a lot of like chatter and views. So it's doing better. And all of it seems to be focused on we're review bombing it. So
I mean, I don't get why you're pushing the agenda.
yeah.
Now, 8 billion people and only 4.8 million watched it. Come on now. That's not enough.
I mean,
Fire in space. What do you think they're doing?
I saw that and I was like, I can't believe there's fire in space. I've never, Star Wars would never until you look at episode 1 and the like multiple.
I mean, literally every Star Wars movie has fire in space.
It's true. It's true.
Even the movie that sparked the whole get it sparked, like the whole let's nitpick the physics of a fantasy movie. The moment with the bombs in space dropping had fire in space.
That's true.
And yet no one said a word. It was all about bombs falling down.
Yeah. It's how it goes.
You also wouldn't hear anything either, so.
That's true. But also science fiction, unless you're like The Expanse, you have to put sound into those scenes. Because like The Expanse is the only show I know that's like, here's a 3-minute space sequence. And it's literally every time we show it on the outside, you think your TV audio died because they're like accurate. Because you're like, oh, what's going on here? I don't hear anything.
Everything's, there's sound, and then all of a sudden it's quiet.
Yep. Which, again, like, why are the smallest nitpicks when it comes to Star Wars end up
they have nothing
the biggest problem?
They have nothing else. It's all they have.
Because they've already run the racist card has already been run into the ground.
Yeah,
so
that's why the grifters are slowly, like I say, slowly. They're very slowly dying off.
Yeah.
Like if anyone could sit there and be like, "Yeah, fire in space, sound," just please look in the mirror.
It's like at this point, for just petty nitpicks, that people are losing like actual criticisms for the show to make a big fuss about. Because
that's a secret, right? They never made a criticism of the show. It was always just going for the one thing.
Yeah, it's like, for an example, like going back to like X-Men '97, where it like the criticism was like it was woke and there's too much LTGB and all this, and it's and it's gonna like close, just like we're not gonna have X-Men or anything like anymore, and then it comes out that it's like one of the most highly rated shows ever and everyone loves it, and then they do like a complete 180 trying to find something else to talk about that has nothing to do with it at all.
It's the game. They somehow play it.
It's just like what gets me is like if you watch the show, right? If you just sit down and watch it, it is by no means where it currently sits with the audience score, like at a 2 out of 10. This is middle of the road for Star Wars with only 2 episodes. And like, let's wait at least halfway into it to pass some judgment.
And like me, I've not started it yet, but I have seen the discourse, and I'm just gonna say is that what I'm getting at is you can dislike anything for any reason if it doesn't, if it's not your cup of tea, but for you to just bomb it just because you don't like certain aspects of it because it's not something that you written about in your fan fiction, that's where I draw an issue about it. Is fans have this weird expectation that the thing that they love should follow their fan fiction outline to a T or close to a T. It's because of what they want, and that's like not what they need.
I think at this point we need to stop calling these grifters fans.
Yeah.
Because if Star Wars is dead to them every other week, and they haven't liked anything in 7 years at this point, they're not fans. There's nothing there. They're literally telling you they're leaving Star Wars. Like,
I'm not necessarily talking about the grifters. I'm talking about the fans that.
But that's just every fandom, right? They're always fandoms
because like I know the game of the grifters is that sometimes they are fans, but most of the time they're not. I'm talking about the hyper fixated fans that if they don't get exactly what they want, then it's trash.
Right.
No, the Star Wars fans.
Yeah. I like you got an entire galaxy, you got all these stories and everything going on. We're in a really cool time period for Star Wars where if you watch this show, I've seen some people complain it's like it's too clean. I'm like, well, that's the point. Like the Jedi are at their peak right now. Their downfall starts right around here, leading into episode 1, where they start to kind of take their hubris and be like, nothing can stop us, right? And like
that's kind of like half the point of the motivation for one of the characters, right? It's like the Jedi kind of suck right now.
Exactly. Like
we are about to get
like I feel weird because I've seen both episodes now 3 times.
Jesus.
And like again, I think it's middle of the road for the Star Wars stuff that exists. But for some reason, I'm really like addicted to it. I can't explain. I think it's just because it's like no Skywalkers. We don't know where it's going. They can throw in a curveball at any point, as we saw in the first 5 minutes of the first episode. So like,
yeah, there is that. Yeah. So I've only seen it the once. I need to watch it again because I didn't actually really give it the time of day. I just put it on in the background. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm watching this show. So I actually completely missed that beginning bit. So when someone said it, I was like, huh? I was like, oh yeah.
And also, like, the next episode is gonna make all the wokies show up, and I hate wokies. So, yeah, see, that's what they call the Wookiees now in the new Star Wars. They're called the wokies. They're so clever. They're so clever.
In fairness, giving a Wookiee a top knot is not a good idea. It looks bad.
Yeah. Well. I hate Star Wars fans.
I hate Star Wars.
So you're a fan. You're a real fan. Okay. Well,
exactly.
Yeah. I hate Star Wars. That guy must be a huge fan.
What a time. What a time.
It's wild. It is absolutely wild. But here we are, so it is what it is. Any closing thoughts on this? Zoa Lord, what do you want to say about your favorite character, Vern?
Oh, here comes the racism.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, mate. You've been doing it in the group all week. Good damn.
Hey, man. I was only playing a character. I never made it this far.
Sure.
I didn't think we could stay live on air. Help.
No, the Acolyte is really good. Like Armin said, I think with the series, it's the writing is like really good. So going forward, like I feel like the episodes going forward, it will legit make it or break it. Like if I continue seeing like the whole Osha and May getting racist by going trash, I'm tired. Literally every time Osha May. Every time May, which one was May? The one that left the order, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Osha's the
bad
one.
I think Osha's the good one. Yeah, Osha's the good one, and May's the bad one.
All right.
This is the one time it's right to say they're literally the same. Doesn't matter.
Because even with all the proof, it was like 2 episodes. Like I literally didn't do it. Standing next to them, it was like, oh my god, you killed the person. I was like, okay, now this kind of a little rate the wild.
Yeah.
I was like, if I see that for episode 3, I was like, you guys going too far.
They're doing the Daredevil where you just got to repeat the main plot every other episode and just stand around.
No.
She's gonna get a small dagger in her toe and be out for 2 episodes.
Oh no, that's what's happening in episode 4 to
Yeah,
6.
yeah, calling it.
How
How many episodes is this? Is it
it's
6
8
or is
total.
it? Oh, eight's cool.
Yeah,
Eight's a good number.
it is a good number. That's like what I like a TV series at these
Mm.
days. So hopefully, we'll talk
Take
more
notes,
about this.
Baggy. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk more about this soon because